Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Amateur Night. We'll be watching our games from this past weekend, the Hoosier State Instigators in the IBL Gold Cup. We got two great games. First one against the Freebirds, second one against Have You Heard. I am Jakeymuffins. I'm joined by fellow co-owner and founder Frosty. How are you doing tonight?
Dude, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm excited for these games. I heard there's potentially some record books in this game that we got to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been, some of it's been floating around social media. A lot of the players sharing out after the first game. Some other guys sharing out and posting in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get in there. If you're not following our players, follow them because they like to spoil stuff sometimes when
Yeah.
things are going on. But it's really interesting going into this, right? We're 2-2. We lost the first two games, won the second two games. Now it's week 3 of 5. So we're hoping to come away with a winning record after these two games, and really start to stake our claim to the Super Cup champions. Once we get there. For those of you that don't know, we'll give you a refresher on how the IBL Gold Cup works. So it's a pro-am tournament, professional amateur tournament. We have a bunch of amateur teams with some pro players sprinkled into them, and then they're competing for the Gold Cup, which is an annual IBL tournament. It's a league, so it's a 5-week season, 2 games a week, and then playoffs. The winner of the Gold Cup this year, though, will go on to the Super Cup championship against the only fully professional team, or mostly fully professional, because there's some guys that aren't signed to our roster yet, for the Super Cup championship this year. So a lot on this, up for grabs here for us. Some bragging rights, a little bit of respectability, right? As we take on, all these teams are clearly, frankly, out to get us, right? We're like coming in as kind of the Monstars a little bit. We got all these pro players. We're the pro team, right? So there's a little bit that comes with that, and all these guys want to prove themselves. So what we've seen is some really competitive games against some really good teams. We knew this league was going to be really talented and a challenge for us, which is why we signed up for it. It's, I think, a hidden gem of pro-ams in Indiana, a state rife with basketball talent. So we're going to see how it goes tonight. See if we can get to that 4-2 or 3-3 or 2-4, right? Those are our choices. So we'll see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, no, you definitely hit that on nail on the head there with we've got the target on our backs to say being the only professional or mostly professional team in that league. We have the path paved in our way for that Super Cup. So definitely everybody is waiting to show their best against us.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think that our guys, especially last week, we saw really brought it, and we're ready to rise to that challenge. And so let's hope we continue that work. As for us, though, one of the exciting things I think this week is we have a new roster debut. Lance Hopkins, one of the players, as folks saw, if you follow our social media at all, and if you don't, you should, signed with us, one of the guys from our tryouts, that first tryout here in Bedford. So I'm kind of thinking about this as our Bedford residency a bit. So we did the tryout. We're doing the IBL Pro-Am, and then we're going to do a kids camp at the end of July here in Bedford to kind of round that out before turning full attention to Fishers. But Lance came to that tryout, really showed some impressive skill. Ended up, we did some 5-on-5 during that tryout. It was the last thing I did as a head coach. More on that later. But Lance performed so well that we were doing 5-on-5 where we were doing 3 teams. We actually put Lance with our current team because he was doing so well. So really showed out. He signed with us. We're excited to have him. First year player for us, first year player in the ABA. And I'm hoping to see something from him tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him on the court. Obviously, I wasn't there in person. We had some technical difficulties, so this will be my first
Yeah.
time seeing him actually play on the court.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is Robert Ronan was at the game with me, one of our other owners. He was also not at the tryout, so he has never seen him play before this game either. So he was really interested. He's in the same kind of boat you were. Really, I was the only owner that saw him. But since I'm the GM here for the team, I got to decide whether or not we signed him, and we did. So I'll either look really smart or really dumb after today. All right, and it looks like we're about to get started here. They started the clock a little early. Hopefully, they reset that. So we're going against a team called the Freebirds. The Freebirds are 0-4 entering play tonight. I watched their game the week before. They played the Woodpeckers, played a really good game, had a really good second half. So they're hoping to carry that momentum against us. The players to look out for them, number 13, and is just straight up 3-point shooter, someone to look out for. You also have another player. I'll point him out a little later. I can't remember his number off the top of my head, but also really good. Right there, number 7, I think it is. Right there in the middle. Also a very talented player. So it's going to be fun to watch. We're going to head on out to Bedford here and kick this game off. So starting for us, we have Lance Hopkins. We have Kevin Cameron, announced this week that he was signed as well. Chuck Bloom returning, another announced signee officially. And then Jackson Stone and Mike Pugh will start the game. As you can see, Mike walking over, getting ready to put on his jersey and take off his hat, I hope, as we get ready to start this game. What are your keys to the game tonight for the Instigators? What do you want to see?
We saw in the last week of games improved defense. I think that's another thing to keep an eye on. If we can keep the intensity up, Stunna Boy has definitely done that throughout the first few games. So looking forward to seeing that again.
So an unorthodox lineup here as we see Kevin Cameron take the tip off and actually win it. But we get a quick turnover by the Instigators. Again, we'll hear whistles every now and then that don't belong to us because there's games going on over at Court 1 as well. Rebound there by Lance Hopkins, number 1. His first rebound as a professional basketball player. This is our first game. It's hard to tell from this. You can't tell because the camera setup is so good. But this is actually Court 2 instead of Court 1. So it's our first game on Court 2. Mike Pugh with the shot. He airballs it, but Kevin Cameron gets it. Tries to get the feed over there to Chuck cutting. Chuck has been really good at cutting through the lane these last couple weeks. Cool to see. Jack Stone with a quick mid-range pull-up. Something we want to see a lot more out of his game, I think. He brings, we had AB last year, and we have Jackson this year, and hopefully AB this year. More on that later, maybe. But Jackson brings a completely different game with the post-up in the mid-range, more of a traditional center, rather than kind of a slasher as AB was. That's a turnover. We can hear Kevin Cameron already talking. If this is your first time watching an Instigators game in the IBL Gold Cup, that's going to be something you hear quite often. Lance Hopkins with a nice steal, so he's off to a good start. A rebound and a steal early on. Your Instigators are up too. Instigators are the home score. Lance Hopkins hits the 3. I like this guy. A rebound, a steal, and a 3-pointer to start the game. Let's go.
Yeah, nice debut for the Instigators.
Yeah, another rebound there by Lance Hopkins as he catches the air ball. Fakes it, shoots the 3 and just off, but Jackson Stone rebounds it and puts it in. So a quick start by the Instigators, 7-0. Something we haven't really seen from them a whole lot so far. Quick start, so it's nice to see they're there and taking off pretty quickly. So hopefully this continues here as we get through the first half. Reminder, we're playing NCAA rules, so 2 halves, 20-minute halves, 5 timeouts by each team in the half. Another steal by Lance Hopkins, his second steal of the game already. He pushes the ball up court, takes the pass from Chuck and puts it in. So Lance Hopkins proven that he belongs as an Instigator instantly. His start kind of reminds me of Jackson Stone's debut for us last week, where Jackson just really took off as Kevin Cameron gets called for the foul. But Jackson really inserted himself in that first game, and I think it set him off to a really productive, 2 going into this third game now. And it looks like Lance is trying to use that same blueprint. And that's a missed free throw there. So the Freebirds remain scoreless. What do you think of the Freebirds' uniforms? Give me a breakdown as they make the second free throw.
I think they're decent. I mean, I'm a Syracuse fan, so anything with orange is gonna get a thumbs up from me. The real question though is, did they play Leonard Skinner before the game?
You know, they didn't, and I was really disappointed, honestly. Like, I was expecting something. 3-pointer off the mark there, but that's out of bounds on the Instigators. They got that kind of, Miami Hurricanes vibe, which I know Lawan Whitney would like a lot, last year's leading scorer. He has a family member that actually plays for the Hurricanes, plays basketball for them. So he's always rooting for Miami. It didn't do him much good. They didn't win a championship this year, but
yeah,
played well, though. Got to the tournament, I think. See, Freebirds looking to up their score after getting 1 point from that free throw. Mid-range jump shot by number 7. Just missed, and Mike with the quick outlet reception there. Oh, almost an alley-oop. Are we counting missed dunks tonight? What do you think?
it might as well. We had 10 last week. I'm sure. Hopefully, we
Cameron
don't
with a
have
three.
10 this week.
As Joe Bird walks into the facility, saw him over there. He's run a little bit late before the game. So Joe will be playing this week. Still no Alex Brown. He's out with an injury still, with that back injury still bothering him. We heard from him last week, actually, in the chat for the game. Said he's hoping to return next week. So we'll be holding our breath if that happens. Steal by Mike Pugh. Goes up and dunks it. That's one made dunk for the Instigators. 1/3 of the way to our total last week. Kevin Cameron using a little bit of verbal defense there. It didn't work, though, as the Freebirds hit a 3. So 17-4 here. 5 minutes gone in the first half. Kevin Cameron with the 3. Off the back iron. Kevin Cameron this week wearing the celebrity jersey. For those of you who don't know, in the ABA, for home games, each team can have one celebrity. The home team can have one celebrity on their roster. Something we hope to use in the future, but for now, Kevin's wearing it. Looks good on him. So we can see here the Freebirds have switched to a 2-3 zone rather than playing man, trying to slow down the Instigators. So far, good defense. Although there goes another 3 to pull within 10 here. Are the Freebirds. Kevin Cameron gets his own rebound after pressing the issue a bit. Skip pass. Jackson Stone with the 3. He doesn't make it, but Mike Pugh gets the offensive rebound and swaps positions. You don't see Jackson shoot a lot of 3s. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was a 3-point shooter when I saw him put that up.
I would not call him one, but
yeah,
it could go in for anybody, you know?
Yeah, we saw AB hit a couple of 3s throughout the season.
That's a 3-point contest I want to watch, honestly. AB versus Jackson Stone. Another 3 by the Freebirds. Kevin's being chased down from behind. Does not matter. Puts the ball in the hoop. You know, in the IBL, that's one thing we've seen. All these teams can shoot a lot of 3-pointers and shoot them well. Something we got to get better at defending. Frankly, something we need to defend better last year in the ABA as well. As the outlet to Chuck, easy lay-in. Score goes to 23-7. Sorry, 21-7. Firebirds with the rare pick and fall. Substitution here for the Firebirds is number inside out, number 88 maybe-ish, comes into the game. Steal by Mike Pugh. Quick hands. Outlet pass. Who's up there? Jackson Stone with the missed dunk. 1 for 2 tonight so far. I got to be honest. Jackson's 0 for in dunks. I'm not sure if he can dunk. Mike with the rebound. Ball stolen from behind. That's the second week in a row that's happened to the Instigators at least once. Good ball movement. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to the hoop as Lance gets the rebound there. He goes up to Jackson, who lays it in that time. Probably smarter. Firebirds bring it up. Missed shot. Lance again. Man, Lance with a ton of rebounds. I don't know what happened there. Kevin Cameron smacks the ball out of bounds. As we see someone warm up and make a good shot there. Nice job. Missed shot and a rebound, so we didn't miss much there. Another missed shot. Mike with the pass to Lance. Will Lance go for the dunk? No, he'll take the easy layup. All right. Well, 1 for 2.
We might have to run some dunk drills in practice.
Yeah, that's for real. Dunks are usually one of the highest percentage shots, but not for us. We're kind of backwards. We shoot better from three-point range than we do for dunks and free throws. Except for that three-pointer. I spoke too soon, but nice tip by Chuck to Kevin. He makes it. Announcer's curse.
Yeah.
Jason Wright mentions the score of the sneak peek in Discord is crazy. He's not wrong about that. We posted a quick video up there today. Jackson Stone in the chat says, if I could hit threes and dunk on the game, I'd be complete. LOL. You'll get there. That's what we're getting in shape now, Jackson. Don't worry about it. You're doing everything else right, so we can't complain, you know. Ooh, Lance knocks it out. Been really impressed by Lance Hopkins so far, as we're 10 minutes, about halfway gone here in the first half. Instigators up 29-7. As Tyree Johnson checks in the game, number 13. What have you thought of Tyree so far? He's one of those players that we invited from the tryout to get a better look at. What have you seen from him?
He's had some nice flashes on defense, and then I think last week he was hitting a few three-point shots as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely shown flashes. Missed shot by Mike Pugh there. Steal by the Instigators is not Daffy Duck this week. Just regular Joe Bird back in the game wearing his own jersey.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on the uniform change throughout the game.
Yeah, and there's another missed dunk by Kevin Cameron. I'm impressed he got up there, honestly. He's not that, he's not a tall guy, but we're 1 for 3 in the dunk department tonight. And there's number 13 with a 3. And JoJo Hart checks in here in the white tank top. JoJo made his IBL debut last week as well. So this is week 3 of the IBL. Rosters are locked here. So Lance Hopkins will be our last debut of the summer. But we're happy to have him as we get a timeout here. Or no, that's a whistle on the other side. I will tell you, there's a sneak peek for some of our viewers, but our new head coach, who we haven't announced yet, is actually has actually appeared on the screen, and there they are again. So if you got eagle eyes there, you get a sneak peek of our new head coach. Mike Pugh with the 3. Nice shot. I like to tease some of those things. It's fun. You can let the speculation go wild. It is not Phil Jackson. We turned him down. Joe Bird for 3. There's that rebounding ability you talked about with Tyree. He really works hard. Mike Pugh rebounds. Tyree rebounds. Are they missing these on purpose to get their rebound numbers up?
I think he might be padding his stats on that one.
Yeah. Oh, nice there. Nice cut by JoJo. Good find by Tyree. They finally get a bucket there. As the Instigators go up by 26 here, 36-10 with 7 minutes to go as the Freebirds turn the ball over out of bounds there. Sorry about my head being in the way. Tyree will bring the ball in. Down in front. Sorry about that. Freebirds. I keep wanting to call them the Firebirds. We should just change their name. If you're not going to sing Leonard Skinner before the game,
you got to pull up the Pontiac instead.
Yeah, with a mustache. And a bride. Mike Pugh misses the layup. That's the one thing I've seen so far is Instigators got to clean up their layup game just a little bit.
Yeah, layups and dunks.
Layups and dunks, yeah. Nice shot by the Freebirds, and gosh darn it, I did it again. I'm sorry to the Freebirds, no disrespect. I just have Firebird stuck in my head. Let's get a good look at the 2-3 setup there. It's good to see the Instigators having to work against the 2-3 zone. We saw that pulled against us quite a bit in the ABA, and honestly, it was something that we were susceptible to. Really slowed down our offense at times as the Freebirds get another shot, making it 36-12. So it's good to get some practice here against a 2-3 zone to work through kind of some schemes around it, which really is, for the Instigators, another missed layup there, is really working a high-low with quick ball movement. It's kind of the zone beater that they're trying to work on there.
Yeah, you don't see zone run as much as you do man-to-man, especially in the ABA.
Yep. So JoJo setting up the offense. JoJo is the point guard for a lot of the season last year, so really comfortable in that role. As Chuck gets the rebound. Nice pass by JoJo again. Finding, again, Mike in that middle, running the high part of the high-low. Wide open for a step-up layup. 4:50 to go. Instigators are up 38-14. Mike Q, good job looking behind him that time, not getting the ball stolen. The pass to Tyree. Tyree hits the open three, something he's shown that he can do. He looks, plays a lot of the time and looks like a really good kind of power forward, undersized forward, as we see the ball stolen there by JoJo Hart. But has shown some range. Behind the back pass to Chuck, who waits for Tyree to explode through the zone. Another pass back to JoJo. Really good ball movement there by the Instigators. I really like we're starting to see some of that chemistry to come together even after 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It makes such a big difference for these guys. As Chuck gets another steal. JoJo to Mike. What a nice pass. Instigators extend their lead to 31. Freebirds looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Joe with the rebound. Goes for the football pass. We've seen this a lot. Chuck Randy Mosses it and comes down with it.
Yeah, that seems to be one of Joe's signature moves.
For sure. Oh my God.
There's a dunk.
That one counts. 2 for 4. Can't tell which one of the Freebirds underneath him wore it better, to be honest. Pass to Joe, but apparently ruled out of bounds. Chuck with the shot. In and out. Good little trap there. Didn't quite work, but it's making the Freebirds work for it here. They missed the layup. Good defense by Joe to alter the shot. Joe going crazy with it a little bit here. And he gets it in. That is signature Joe Bird.
Yeah.
Just crazy, dribbling, spinning around, and putting it up and making it. He's fun to watch.
Definitely.
Freebirds shoot the three, miss it, and Joe with the rebound. Unfortunately for the Freebirds, they just really don't have anyone Almost got the alley-oop there. We're not counting that as a missed dunk, though. Nice fadeaway Mike Pugh shot. But the Freebirds just don't have anyone size-wise to match up with. Really, anyone on our team. I think most of our team, besides maybe JoJo and Kevin, are taller than the Freebirds, which makes rebounding on both ends of the court really tough for them. JoJo with the 3, in and out. JoJo was number 2 on the team and 3-point shots last year behind only Lawan Whitney. Both guards really shot it well from behind the arc. Nice pass by Mike. Again, just using both of their height to kind of get it up over everybody where no one else can get it. Good reverse layup there. I'm going to cut fan highlights one of these weeks. You know?
That'd be fun. We could make some shorts of that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Lance says, we believe you, Jackson, about the dunks. Good to see Lance in the chat. Great mid-range shot there. As we see free throws, score is 53-15 here with 52 seconds to go. Kevin Cameron back in the game. 4-on-1. He's going to kick it out to JoJo. Really good there by Kevin. Something we didn't see in the first 2 weeks. We'd see him drive and take on those defenders, but try to force the issue. There, he backed out, made the right pass. It ends in a bucket. Really good throws. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. 55-18, 22 seconds to go. Normally, I'd say the Instigators will slow it down for the last shot, but we've watched enough Instigators basketball to know that's just not true. The Instigators press now, trying to get the turnover. And that's the end of the half. Instigators up 55-18 here. Let's hit a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and break down the first half.
Yeah.
What'd you see there, Jake, in that first half?
That was a really good display there by the Instigators. I mean, really the only things I think we could improve upon would be the layups and the dunks. Other than that, it was, I mean, I don't want to use the word flawless, but I mean, it was pretty close. Offense and defense on both ends, was very impressive. I think this is the best display we've seen so far in the IBL Gold Cup from the Instigators.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought what impressed me was Lance Hopkins, particularly in the first part of that first half there. Really came out ready to play. Got several rebounds, a couple steals, scored some quick points. Really got the team off to a hot start. Played some great defense. The whole team did as well, just smothering defense, getting a lot of steals, a lot of rebounds, using their size. Even though it's outsized here, pardon the pun, the Instigators had the size advantage, I would say, in 90% of the ABA games they played as well. So it's good to see them use that and flex that strength in a real way, which we've seen so far. Now the key is, do we see guys slow down, start to take it easy, or do they keep the foot on the gas, which is something that we'd like to see going in to a second half where they're up by a large score. One of the things that I think is really important for the guys, as it's really important to win these games. It's really important to beat the competition, but it's also important to work on things like conditioning and chemistry and working on, your own, shots and things while you're trying to gear up for the ABA season. So not missing the opportunity to do that just because the score is, a big, a big difference here. There's another missed dunk. We're counting that one. 2 for 5. Jason asks he wonders what the field goal percentage was that half. I'd like to know that too. It was super high, I think. We haven't been keeping official stats yet, although we will at some point. Our statistician Frosty will go back and work all those numbers at some point when he gets some time. But I'd like to see that too because I imagine it was off the charts. Meanwhile, for the Freebirds, just shots not falling for them. It's tough on offense when you only get one shot per possession. I don't think they had any offensive rebounds or maybe one offensive rebound in that half. Really tough to get consistent offense when that's happening. So we'll see if they'll be able to turn it around and make a run of it like they did. We saw last week against the Woodpeckers in their game against them where they made a little bit of a run in that game. Meanwhile, it looks like the half's about to get underway here. Meanwhile, we also saw a fan go, I think, like 3 for 5 shooting, which is pretty good. So good for him. Hopefully he does well in his game. As I said, most of these folks that we see shooting obviously aren't actually fans. They're players for other teams that are warming up because both courts are taken. So looks like he's in, mid-game form, though. Hit a mid-range even. It wasn't just layups. So I believe the Freebirds start with the ball there as JoJo tips it. Rebound by Chuck Bloom, who has gone through a costume change. So has JoJo Hart, so that's 2. Really disappointed, Jackson, if you're still in the chat, that you don't have the taped on 91 on your jersey. But you make the basket there, so we'll forgive you. I felt like it gave it personality,
Yeah, I like the duct tape.
Yeah. So it looks like now the Instigators, interestingly, have gone to a 2-3 zone. As you can see, Kevin and you see JoJo high. They go for the trap there. You see the 3 guys down low, which is what a 2-3 zone means. So clearly working on rotation and trapping, which is something good to see when you're up by 49 points or so. It's good to work on some of the things that you'll have to use later. JoJo with the steal to Kevin, who goes back to JoJo. Again, maturity by Kevin this week compared to last week. Gives it up instead of forcing the issue himself. Gets the assist. Gets the wide open layup for JoJo. Well done by both guys for the steal and working together to get the easy bucket on a 2-on-1. Quick hands again by Kevin as Chuck brings it up. He does the same thing, gives Kevin the easy assist. So comes back, right? Kevin did it before, and now he gets it back. It's what some people call karma. The rest of us just call good basketball. See the screen here. Deep 3. Missed, and number 11 with the rebound, Joe Bird. What a pass by Joe to Chuck. It's almost like those two have been playing basketball together their whole adult lives, And that's a foul by Kevin. It's kind of a silly foul there. No reason to reach in there. But Kevin's aggressive. He gets a lot of steals, but sometimes he gets fouls like that. Good collapse. Good rotation by Joe there. JoJo. You can see the guys kind of rotating around, doing a really good job with the corner trap. That leads to a steal by Chuck and the outlet pass to Kevin, who will take it himself this time. And unfortunately misses the layup. But a steal by Joe Bird there to Jackson Stone, who lays it up with the finger roll, makes it 65-18. I thought he was going for the dunk there.
Now you faked us out.
I know. Better percentage on dunks this week than last week so far, but still not 50%. JoJo with the long rebound. Good job by JoJo. Finds Chuck all the way across the court for the easy 3. Freebirds bring it up, down 68-18. That's a 50-point lead for those of you that are bad at math. Jackson says duct tape will be back next week. Thank God.
Yeah, breaking news.
Breaking news. One thing we've all been wondering is Chuck, hits another 3-pointer, his second in a row. It's nice because if he gets too many fouls, he can just like pull some of the duct tape down, change his number, and have no fouls again. Can't foul out if he can change his number.
Yeah.
Kevin there takes it to the rim and gets the easy lay-in. Number 13 here looking for somewhere to go. Good job. So again, we see the double team leads to the blind pass and what should have been an easy lay-in. But unfortunately, JoJo missed it there. But good defensive play all around there in the 2-3.
We've seen a lot of good defense from the Instigators in the second half.
Yeah. Well, out of bounds there, I guess. Tipped out of bounds by JoJo Hart. Number 31 with the shot. He puts it in. Makes the score 73-21. 52-point lead by the Hoosier State Instigators. Behind the backboard and goes in. Joe with the spinning shot, no, but Jackson with the rebound and putback. That shot was impressive. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even see that coming.
Yeah.
Good closeout by JoJo. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson thinking of going coast to coast. Oh, just misses it. 3-on-1. Tough shot. Love to see big men run the court, though. Kevin with the missed three. Freebirds bring it back up. Haven't called them the Firebirds yet this half.
Yeah.
3-point shot, and that's good. Number 31 heating up with 6 points here. Quick succession. 25% of the team's points here in the last 2 minutes. So let's mark that. 14 minutes and 30 seconds when they scored 24 points. Good pass by Kevin. Hits Jackson Stone up high, who flexes. Great pass again. Precision pass by Kevin. This shot. Joe with the behind the back. Hold up, Jackson Stone. Showing he's got handles. And then hits the mid-range on the other end. That's how you do it, you know? What a half so far by Jackson Stone. The only thing that's really missing from him would be like a huge assist, you know? We put that in, he's got the whole package if that happens. Shot by number 13, missed. Joe Bird brings it up. What I love about Joe, every time he rebounds it, you see a slight hesitation where he's looking to bomb it all the way down the court. You see it every time. And every now and then he finds it and he hits it. So nice finger roll by Kevin Cameron. Underrated part of Kevin's game. I know a lot of his Instagram posts, a lot of his videos are him step back shooting threes, but he's dangerous when he gets in the lane. Can put the ball in the hoop in so many different ways. Something I'd like to see him continue to push more and more. Bad rotation that time by the Instigators, but they get away with it as Lance Hopkins checks back into the game. Again, IBL, you get hockey-like substitutions on the run, so you don't have to wait for the game to stop. Wait for a dead ball. Players just run on and run off the court. Lance with another rebound. Good 1-2 pass. Almost stolen there. That time it was. Quick hands by Lance. JoJo's going to take it himself. I thought he was going to dunk. He looked like he was going to dunk. If JoJo would have dunked that, I would have really gone nuts.
Yeah,
we'd have to stop the stream.
He might need a little bit more height to do that.
I don't know, man. I think JoJo can dunk. He's athletic as hell, man.
Yeah.
So the Instigators now have opened it up to a 61-point lead here, 85-24. 3 minutes now gone by since the last time the Freebirds had scored a basket. Jack Stone with a rebound. Kevin Cameron with the rebound between 3 Freebirds there as they extend the lead, 87-24. Instigators again, just like finding open shots, taking them and hitting them the entire game. Just short there by Lance. Freebirds look to run the court now. Kevin with the quick pick. Oh, God. There it is. Jackson Stone with the crazy assist for an alley-oop to Joe Bird, who I believe, I haven't checked the stats, but that may be Joe Bird's first dunk in his life. Probably not, but man, was that crazy. So we've seen a poster, we've seen an alley-oop, and now the Instigators are up 91-24. What do you think about that alley-oop? What did you see there?
I think Jason's got it, perfect. That was sweet.
It was sweet.
Yeah. Hey, you don't see Joe dunk too often, and if he can start pulling that off more regularly, I'd definitely be glad to see that.
Yeah, he got way up there too. That wasn't one of those like barely got it in. I think he had the rim up to about his elbow when he made that shot. That was insane. And the perfect feed by Jackson Stone, who informed us after the game that's the first time he's ever assisted on an alley-oop. So great work on that. Jackson noticed the subtle foreshadowing on the assist. Yeah. It's almost like I've seen the game before. But that was great. Really impressive play. That's the second alley-oop we've seen, too, by the Instigators. AB had one, I think, from either Joe or Chuck. I can't remember who fed it to him in week 1. So that one, for my money, was better, though, as the Instigators jump up to a 70-point lead, 96-26. That's right. I said 70-point lead. For those of you that might have thought I said 7. Lance thought about going deep. He's been studying some Joe Bird film. Kevin just moves through the lane. Nice little Euro step there.
We got Spacely in the chat here too. He says that the score kind of is eerily similar to that owner scrimmage.
No, he's totally right. He was Tyree with a nice pass. I didn't want to say anything, but he was definitely the Freebirds in that situation. So in the last 6 minutes, we've gotten one bucket here from the Freebirds. Just great defense here in the 2-3 zone by the Instigators. It's nice as we see different people at the top of the zone now. It gives us a little versatility, right? You see Mike up there. You see Tyree up there as Kevin and JoJo take a rest. We're going to see another behind the rim backward shot. That's 2 in a row. He's 2 for 2. His percentage is better than our percentage on dunks on behind the backboard shots. Good defense there by Mike.
Nice shot, but it's not one you can pull off in game.
Yeah, you'd really have to do some acrobatics to make that shot work. Chuck playing point here, directing the offense. Hits Joe in the high-low. And Joe puts it in. Joe said to the sideline there, that felt weird to be that wide open. That's what he said. That sounds like something I'm saying as a joke, but that's literally what he said.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll take that. A little street ball going on from Joe. Jay Spacely just announced he's signing with the Freebirds. That would add to their turnover total for sure if he did that. As the Instigators are up now 102 to 28. 6 minutes to go in this game. Freebirds turn it over there and ball out of bounds. Jakeymuffins was in the way, but Joe with the assist to Lance. No, Lance with the no look to Mike, who unfortunately misses it. I didn't even see Lance make that pass. Out of bounds there by the Freebirds as we see one of their players texting on the sideline. Stuck with a dangerous inbound ball that seems to get away with it. Tyree just takes it straight to the hoop, making it 104 to 28. As we see a surprise full court trap there. Instigators, have employed that trap a couple of times now with great success. Something I hope they carry on to the regular season as Lance just goes right through the lane. Lance, if you're in the chat, let us know. Can you dunk? Or are you being modest? Or is that all the ups you got? Let us know. It's so great when the players like get into the chat and comment. I love it.
Yeah.
Joe Bird with the no-look assist there. Freebirds fire one down. But that was turned over right to Lance Hopkins. I think Lance can dunk.
Seems like he might have the hops to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He says he can dunk easy. It looks like he can. So he's just being modest. We'll take it. All right. Chuck with the rebound, 110 to 28. 110. Wow. Yeah. 110 to 28. Tyree with the pass to Mike. Fakes the behind the back. Misses on the fadeaway. Everything right but the basket there. It was a good play. Missed three-pointer there. Mike with the rebound. Now the Instigators are just having their way in the lane. The ball goes out of bounds. Nothing going right for the Freebirds, unfortunately, in this game. I got to say, though, they were great guys. The entire Freebird team, really great attitude. A lot of fun to play with. Wish them the best of luck. I don't think they're going to come back in this one with 4 minutes to go. Really classy guys. Played really well. Played hard the entire game. Appreciate them. As there's a rare turnover for the Instigators. You can hear Tyree trying to explain away why he was soft and didn't catch the ball. The Instigators look to slow it down here a little bit, up 112 to 30 with 3 minutes to go. JoJo Hart wide open for three. Misses it there. So in the last 11 minutes, we've gotten 6 points here from the Freebirds. Everything else by the Instigators, they go up 114 to 30. Mike Pugh with the easy lay-in. Mike Pugh's going to check out of the game. Tyree comes back in. Again, I love the live substitutions there. Lance has to have a double-double at this point. Yeah, Jackson, totally agree. He says, big shout out to the Birds. Played all the way to the end. I agree. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Three-point shot here. Off just a bit. JoJo shoots it here. Puts it in the hoop. And that's the end of the game there. As they call the game with 2 minutes to go. Final score, 118 to 30 for your Instigators. Really well played game by them. Great effort by the Freebirds. The Instigators moved to 3-2 on the IBL Gold Cup season. Great effort by them. So, what'd you see there? Break it down a little bit.
Yeah, so that was the teaser at the top, the record books. So that's an 88-point victory. Obviously, that's going to be the largest in Instigators history. But I really liked the ball movement throughout the game. A lot of nice passing. Very few possessions where it was just one guy with the ball. Most of the time, we had 2, 3, 4 plus guys with the ball in their hand before we got the open shot up. But I like that, and obviously the second half, especially that defense, really solidified, and you can see not only are we able to play man, but that zone was working as well as the press on
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah, really love to see the trap, particularly in that second half. Yeah, shot well the entire game. Played hard on defense the entire game. We saw some really good stuff. But for me to only allow 12 points in the second half, right, was super impressive. It doesn't matter who you're playing. 12 points is great to see. But also to see the offensive output, right, where they scored 55 in the first half. Obviously, got the score all the way up to 118 with 2 minutes to go left in the game. So I wanted to break down and address that really quick, just so folks know. We've seen it a couple times now. But when the score is over a certain amount of points in the IBL, the team who is behind, because teams play 2 games in a day, can decide to end the game early. That's what we saw there. So that, obviously both teams had a second game coming up in that game. It was both their first game of the day, the first games of the league, right, at 9 a.m. that day. So both teams elected, let's just pack it in here with this score, and then we'll start, we'll play our second game. So what I'm interested to see here, though, is that the Instigators, for the first time, aren't playing it like 2 games back to back. Instead, they had about a 2-hour break in between games. So this game went about 9 to 10. The next game that they played started at noon, so they got a little bit of a break there. So we'll see if that helps. The team they're playing, is the Have You Heard is the name of the team that they're playing. Have You Heard on the opposite end of the spectrum as the Freebirds. Freebirds were 0-4. Have You Heard go into this game at 4-0. So we'll see how that goes. Why don't we hit a quick commercial break really quick while we get to the broadcast, and then we'll head back out to Bedford. All right, so we're about a minute and a half away from the game starting here. One roster note for us: Tyree Johnson wasn't able to play in the second game. Had some family commitments to get to for Saturday afternoon. Appreciated his output in game 1. We'll see if the Instigators can fill that gap going into game 2. What are you looking for in this second game here as we're about to get underway?
I'd like to see more of what we saw in that first game. Hopefully that same intensity can keep throughout this game as well. You mentioned the break in between the 2 games. Hopefully the guys, didn't rest too much in that break, and they don't get a little rusty. But hopefully we can continue what we saw in that first game, and hopefully we can continue to see more of a great debut by Lance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's pull it up.
Yeah,
We're about to go here. You see it down? Is it down there? Okay, good.
Yep.
Shout out really quick all the way on the far right of the screen. You can barely see him, but it's Lance's little cousin there. I was there for both games cheering him on. It's good to see him. You kind of barely see him where they're dribbling the ball. Shout out to him. Future instigator for sure. I saw him take some shots while the team was warming up. He had a pretty good jump shot. Back on court 2. Undefeated on court 2. 1-0. For those of you keeping stats. I don't know if the court matters or not. We'll find out. But so far, undefeated on this court. 2-2 on the other court. There we go. It looks like things are about to get underway. JoJo gets a couple shots in here before we get started. Let's see. Costume changes here. Doesn't look like anyone made any costume changes for this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Joe normally makes a costume change.
I know. I wonder if he went and put his jersey in the dryer before this, because he doesn't look far from here. Between the two games, Have you heard wearing the green and yellow? Not to be confused with the green and orange we saw last time. They're green and black. Sorry. It's greenish. I don't know. It looks green to me. So, it's one of our co-owners down there giving Kevin some talking points, smacking the ball away from Joe. Did you see that steal?
That was a good steal right there.
Got him. See who's starting for the Instigators here. Looks like we got Jackson, Chuck Bloom, Kevin Cameron, JoJo Hart, and Lance Hopkins getting a second start in as many games. Some high fives go all around here. That's good. Good sportsmanship. We love to see that. Shout out Scotty there, one of the referees, the one with his back to us. He's the one that runs the IBL, as well as the ABA new exhibition team, the Shuckers. So it's good to see him out there and thank him for putting on this event. What's interesting for me is there's a couple of guys here that play for Have You Heard that actually tried out for us. We passed on them. I'm not going to name who they are, but it'll be interesting to see how they play. I was really interested to see coming into this game to see how some of those guys, you always wonder, do we make the wrong decision? So we'll find out soon. Number 55 with a shot. I'll tell you, 55 and 23, probably the two best players that we see on this team. Besides, there's one guy in a gray shirt that doesn't have a number. He's not starting, but he's one of their key players as well. Kevin thinking about the step back three, but passed it instead. Chuck Bloom. Oh, I thought he had the putback there. Good try. As Lance loses it, and Hurd has the ball. Just to clear up any misconceptions, Hurd is not spelled incorrectly. They meant to spell it like a herd of cows, instead of it's a play on words. Shot there by number 22 goes in. Hurd goes up by 3 early here in the first half. Chuck with a nice dish and reverse layup to Kevin. Kevin's really played much better this week. Probably last game is probably the best game he's played the entire Gold Cup, in my opinion. It's nice to see him continue to grow with the team. Deep three by Hurd, missed. Jackson with the rebound. As we see a great shot of Lance Cousin there dribbling the ball. And then Instigators get the ball in the basket. I didn't see who it was. Oh, no, they missed. Oh, they did get it. Okay. I think it was Kevin, but I couldn't see. 55 here. Point guard for the Herd. Wisely pulls it out. Thought about the skip pass over there. I think Lance would have taken it. Number 22. This is the tough mid-range shot. Lance pulls it out. I don't know why that wasn't a foul, Scotty. If you're watching this. JoJo with the 3. He cans it. Instigators up 7-3 here. You can't get all the calls, Scotty, in my opinion, is a good ref. He does a good job. I'm just saying that might have been a hold there. Steal by Lance. We've seen that a couple times now. Lance with the really quick hands. Off the referee and back. Just how JoJo drew it up, I'm sure. As Kevin hits the 3 and voices his pleasure at the shot. Nice attempt there. Unfortunately, gets taken away. Kevin presses the issue. Pass to Jackson. Great pass for the lay-in. Again, just that little step of maturity we're seeing from Kevin this week of making the right pass in those situations. As the Instigators are quickly up to a 12-3 lead, scoring the last 12 points after the opening 3 by the Herd. Turnover there, however. Ooh, I thought that was going in. That was a good shot. Doesn't quite fall as the Instigators throw the ball out of bounds. Thought about the shot. Instead makes a great pass. As the Herd gets the 3-pointer. Kevin with the quick release. I think he rushed that shot there. Sort of looked like to me a little bit of a rush shot. Didn't need to be. Take your time, set your feet, probably goes in. Jackson with the rebound. Unfortunately, it hits the second deck there. It's out of bounds by the Instigators. Shot by JoJo, just misses. So a little bit of run here by the Herd to make it 8-12. Nice around the back off the glass. I thought that was going in. Jackson with a tough shot, doesn't go in. So the tough misses close into the basket. Oh my God, the wall man. Just kidding, that was a curtain. Tough shot, still a problem here in close for the Instigators. You see another basket, that makes it 10-12.
A little bit of a run there for the Herd to cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah. Another miss by the Instigators. This is probably the longest cold streak they've had all day. They've missed about 4 shots here. Nice shot. Lance gets it. JoJo's looking to push the issue. Instead, it's stolen away by the Herd. The miss. Wide open 3. That's good. As a co-owner Frosty there advises a timeout, and that's what they do. So, yeah, from 12-3 to 13-12 in the blink of an eye. The Herd showing why they're undefeated. Pretty good run there by them. As the Instigators take a timeout. And again, we have hired a coach. We haven't announced who it is yet. They're not coaching this game. The players are coaching this game still. As we see a shot by Lance's cousin. Good shot, little man. You can see them kind of huddled together, getting themselves to see the leadership there of JoJo and Mike as they're talking through some stuff. It's good to see that kind of stuff. That's kind of some of the growth we want to see in the Instigators this season. So some of those folks take up that leadership role that are returning, now veterans for the Instigators. Last year, our whole team, except for Dylan and AB, really, until Mike showed up, were rookies. So it's nice to see some veteran leadership this year. One of those fun things about owning a franchise now, right, is season 2. Players are another year experienced. All right, let's get back to the action. 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Instigators down 1. Let's see if the timeout helped. And Jackson with a tough shot there. Good feed by JoJo. Instigators ramp up the defensive pressure a little bit here. Another offensive rebound here by the Herd. Good shot, and JoJo catches it. Goes all the way down the court, finds Jackson. Not going to mention that for his sake. It's fine to miss those now. Another 3-pointer. And the Herd back up too, 16-14. So a really competitive game here for the Instigators. Stark contrast to the last game. Nice layup by Kevin Cameron. As the Herd look to slow the game down just a bit here. Good shot there by number 23. Good mid-range shot. Use the dribble to create some space. Kevin hits the three. Again, Kevin Cameron looking good both of these games. So it looks like the Instigators have done back to man-to-man coverage here. Messed up on the switch there, but Instigators get the ball back. JoJo wisely pulls it out, resets the offense, waiting on everyone to get there. Good pass by Kevin. Lance just wasn't quite ready for it. I don't know what space he's talking about. I'm not going to lie. Basically going off in the chat about something, but no one knows what. All right, so here we go now. Herd down one, 18-19. Quick outlet pass, and that's in. So 20-19. Again, have you heard undefeated going into this game? You can see why. Some great offensive play, some great shots, some great tenacity on the rebounding end. Missed shot there by number 23. And Mike Pugh has checked into the game. I think this is the first time we've seen Mike in the game. Finds Lance. Goes to Joe. Joe looks to insert himself. Loses the handle, however. Another three-point miss. Mike Pugh with I believe that's a foul.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a good foul. Winless with AB. I see. Now it makes sense. Inbound to Jackson, who goes straight up with it. Just barely misses the little hook there. As the Herd come up one. Bloom sets up defense here. Again, no shot clock in the IBL. Stark contrast as our player slips there, number 55, but he gets back up. Maintained his dribble there, which is hard to do. Good move by him. But again, 24-second shot clock in the ABA, no shot clock in the IBL. We want our players to play like there's a shot clock on offense, but get in the extra work on defense as number 23 gets the and one there on a tough shot. So halfway here through the first half, scores 22-19. Another chance here for Javier to extend the lead to 4 points. Do not. JoJo with the rebound. Joe misses, and Chuck misses as well, but gets another rebound. So third chance here for the Instigators. See Mike directing traffic a bit there. Chuck Bloom with the missed shot. Looking for the foul, won't get it. As the Herd slow the game back down. A late switch there. 3-pointers a miss. Instigators got lucky on that play. Saw what JoJo was trying to do to get the switch. Just didn't quite happen fast enough, and it led to a wide open three. Luckily, it didn't go in that time, though. Joe with the screen and fade, wide open, misses, but Mike Pugh hits that. So Joe's in a little bit of a cold streak here. I think that's his third or fourth missed shot in a row, which happens sometimes, as we've seen with Joe. But when he's hot, no one's hotter. So he's one of those guys that will just shoot through it, and eventually it'll come back out on the other end. Like a lot of great shooters and at all levels, right? As we see a little bit of dribbling there. Joe with the offensive rebound. And Chuck finally tips it in there as the Instigators pull back ahead by 1 with just under 9 minutes to go. Steal by JoJo Hart. Feeds it to Chuck. He gets the basket again, looking for the foul. I think that one might have been a foul there. The first one, I don't think it was. That one may be a foul. Could have gone either way. So you have to understand, I think, when you're the pro team in a pro-am tournament, you're not going to get all the calls you think you deserve. Although that one, again, could have gone either way for me. Scramble for the ball. The Herd get it. Missed the shot. Another offensive rebound from the Herd. They missed that one, too. So the Herd doing a good job of rebounding in this game. It's kept them ahead or in the game the whole time. An unconventional assist from Joe there. Jackson has shown a lot more of his mid-range game than we saw last week, which is fun to see. Kind of hitting from everywhere along the mid-range. 3-point shot is missed, and second chance rebound there. And good pass by Jack Stone. Jackson's had some pretty good passes today, too. So underrated passer. That's a half alley-oop. Jackson, great point in the comments, says ABA refs don't call many fouls. I think that's something we learned last year as we get a timeout here. Let's hit a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Instigators action here in the IBL Gold Cup. One of the things I was just thinking about we should mention is that this is amateur night where we play amateur sports in our off season every Monday night at 9 p.m. Obviously, we'll be doing the Gold Cup all the way through its entirety and the Super Cup. But after that, if you have amateur sports that you'd like Jakeymuffins and myself to comment on, much like we are tonight, send the video our way. All you got to do is send it in. We'll put it up. We'll play it on Monday nights. It doesn't matter the sport. Doesn't matter the level. As long as it's amateur, we'd love to get it. So send your footage in our way. Even if it's, 8-year-olds playing rugby like my son, we'll break it down with all the degree of professionalism of which we're capable, which is not much. But send your stuff our way. Does trash get ball count? I think Spacely's just talking about anytime he plays basketball. I think that's what it's called.
I think it was a little bit of a running theme for the first few episodes of the official podcast, Instigate Success.
It was indeed, yeah. Spacely actually a really good trash get ball player. I'm not gonna lie. Really good trash get ball player. Seen him make shots. He actually one of the podcasts we gave away a $15 gift card to our store because of a trash get ball shot made by Spacely. So legendary trash get ball player, going into the Hall of Fame when his career is over. So Jackson with a nice save there. The Instigators have opened it up to an 8-point lead all of a sudden. Joe does everything right but make the basket there. That was a good move.
Yeah, he might need to switch out the jersey for the shots to start falling.
He needs that green and yellow jersey again, the weird camo one. That was like peak Joe Bird, was that jersey last week. Another shot up by Have You Heard? Missed. Outlet pass by Jackson to JoJo, who I think he could have dunked that. I still think JoJo could dunk. I'm putting it out there. Number 22 here gets past reaching Mike, but there's a block by Jackson. Something we hope to see a little bit more. We saw it a lot in the tryout. Jackson getting a block there. No, he's capable of it, but he's such a versatile defender. We see him out on the perimeter so much. Not as many blocks in the first couple of weeks, but that was a quality one there. Out of bounds off of number 21 there. I think that's his number. I don't know. 24, Kobe. Nice pass by Chuck. Another mid-range shot by Jackson. Nuts. I don't think he's missed a mid-range shot yet in the 2 games, as the Instigators are up 12 now. So have you heard cut it to a 10-point lead as the Instigators take it up. This game has really picked up the pace here in the last few minutes. That timeout. What a pass by Mike Pugh there. And Chuck and Joe draws the foul. Something we've seen a lot. I felt like in the ABA season, Joe wasn't getting a ton of foul calls early in the season, started settling for a lot more 3-pointers. He still takes 3-pointers. We see them in his arsenal. He shoots them well. He hit that clutch 3 to tie the game up or to take the lead in week 1. But we're seeing him get to the foul line a lot more often, being a lot more aggressive getting to the basket. Something that Joe Bird, with his size and strength and physicality, will excel at. So it's good to see him working on that part of his game here in the IBL Gold Cup. As Mike Hugh brings the ball up. Nice rebound there by Have You Heard. So it doesn't quite go there. Chuck with the long outlet. JoJo thinks about the pass, instead slows it down. Goes to Mike. Joe Bird off the glass and in. Good shot by him. Again, in the middle of the lane, Joe Bird is hard to stop. Nice pass there. 23 wide open for 3. Fight going, but he gets his own rebound. And I believe Chuck is called for the foul there. Number 23 goes back to the line. 23's gone to the line a couple times tonight. Really having a good game. And we haven't talked about this tonight, but the Instigators lining up to get rebounds. Although we don't see it from Hurd. They have one guy in there to rebound. Not sure if that's a smart call, given that they've missed a fair share of free throws tonight. I think they can the first one there. And the second, so that makes it an 11-point game.
We've seen interesting techniques at the free throw line with no players or one player at the line throughout the Gold Cup.
Yeah. What do you think is behind that decision? Any ideas?
I don't know. I mean, I would think you'd want to have as many people up there as possible. I guess you get the advantage on defense, but I still think that offensively you've got to have the people there for the rebounds.
Yeah, I think that makes sense too. I think you're probably right there, where it is a great dish by Mike Pugh there. I think maybe you're worried about the quick outlet passes that the Instigators have become known for in the Gold Cup quickly, so maybe it's defense against that. But I'm with you. I'd rather go for the offensive rebound every time. Mike Pugh double team there. Gets in a little bit of trouble. Gets the pass out to Jackson. Jackson with the 3. 0 for 2 from 3 tonight. JoJo gets one there. JoJo showed up after the first game last week, or halfway through the first game last week. Started off a little cold. This week, though, he's been shooting really well and dishing the ball really well. Really good showing by JoJo Hart. Kind of what we've come to expect from him as I would say, one of the most consistent players on the Instigators last year throughout the entire season. So. The Instigators bring the ball up the court. I'm sorry, the Herd. 3-pointer missed. So that's what we talked about a couple weeks ago. I don't like those shots. Unless you're Steph Curry, wait for your team to get there, you know?
Yeah.
Joe takes one. Missed. So a minute to go here, a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Instigators up 13, so a long way from that score when they were down 1. Really turned it on since then. Turnover by the Herd as the Instigators will get the ball here. Mike Pugh with the inbound. pass catch there. Loses a step, but doesn't lose the dribble. Mike looking to go to work. Good pass there to Jackson. Misses the hook again. Out of bounds, but off of Chuck Bloom, and the Herd bring it back up. Chuck Bloom with the claim that he had a triple-double the first game. We can neither confirm nor deny that because we haven't seen the stats, but I believe him. Played really well in that game. I think, with the signing of Jackson, what I'm most excited to see, though, is Chuck finally able to play his more natural positions in the 2 spot or the 3 spot instead of the 4 spot. And so I think it's going to be really exciting. I think Chuck has the ability to get triple doubles a couple times during the season, much like Dylan and AB did, because he is a good rebounder. We saw that as he played an undersized power forward last year. He's good with assists. Obviously, he makes a ton of shots and takes smart shots. As he's a little frustrated there that he didn't get the foul call. And that goes in. Yep, they count it. So a 40-47 game here at halftime. So I'm really excited to see that from Chuck this year. I think he's got a potential to be a triple-double machine on any given night playing out of the guard spot. So that's halftime. 7-point lead for your Instigators. Let's take one last commercial break for the evening, and then we'll come back and break down the action. All right, so we're back. So, Jake, what did you see in that first half?
Definitely a little bit closer of a game. Obviously the size difference in that first game with the Freebirds kind of played a little bit more to our advantage. And you saw a little bit of that offensive rebounding. We got to close out on some of those defensive rebounds on our end. And that allowed for some second chance opportunities for Have You Heard, and they were able to make some of those. So I think that's a thing to keep an eye on in the second half. See if we can try to close out some more of those rebounds, prevent the second chance opportunities. But still good ball movement. Just some of the shots weren't going in as they were in that first game. But overall, still a good half for the Instigators.
Yeah, I agree. We talked about it. We mentioned it the last couple of weeks, but playing NCAA rules, you're really looking at a game in the high 60s to low 80s. Instigators are on pace once again to score over 90. They've scored over 100 their last 4 games, or 3 games. I'm sorry. So really looking like the offensive production's there. It's not quite as good as it was the first game, but I don't think you can expect the offensive shooting percentages and efficiency that we saw in the first game to be sustainable. This game was probably closer to what to expect from the Instigators when they're playing well. So happy to see that. Defensively, again, you hit the nail on the head. Gave up a few too many offensive rebounds in particular. Let them get to the foul line a couple times, but not too bad that end. So, just again, cutting down on leaving guys wide open, giving them more contested shots, and getting the rotations down a little bit better. And I think we're right there. But overall, good half. Have You Heard is a really good team. We're about to start the second half. Let's see if the game opens up a little bit or if it stays this close the entire way through. But again, 2 really good teams going at it. We see Heard take their last couple of warm-up shots. See some little Have You Heard take some dribble passes. Let's see it. Does it go in? It does. What a shot. My little Heard there puts the ball in the bucket. We've seen some nice shots from folks that aren't playing in the game.
Yeah.
The referees come over here.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. It still looks like Joe is in the same uniform.
I know, although maybe did we get a change in uniform from Mike? No, I don't think so. That's the same jersey. So Instigators more consistent with their attire this week, which is a blessing and a curse. It gives us less to talk about. You know, we can't do that during the ABA season. We can't change uniforms. So I guess it makes sense to try to wear the same uniform the entire game, just to get in the habit. The Instigators open up back in the 2-3 here. So really the key here to the 2-3 is working that rotation. Good steal by Mike. Oh, just loses it. Did it get knocked out of bounds by the other team? No, they call it out on the Instigators. Some guys think that maybe they hit it out of bounds. Chuck with the steal, though. Let's see what happens here. It looks like Chuck called a timeout before he went out of bounds. The referees are going to discuss. As you can hear Scotty ask the other ref, did he get the timeout? And they say he did. So the Instigators will keep the basketball here. Good communication by the refs there. It's hard to ref any men's league with only 2 referees. So they're doing a great job. The Instigators go to inbound the ball here. Maybe. Looks like Lance will inbound it. All right, so after a short delay there, we get the game underway. Joe going to the rim here. Misses the pass to Mike, but Lance gets the ball back. Chuck resets the offense. Good pass there. Just slips a little bit out of Mike's hand. Good pass. Good attempt by Mike. That's a tough catch. And the ball goes out of bounds. We're 23 surrounded there. Clearly, as we see the 3 by number 24 there for the Herd. Number 23 is the best performer on the court for the Herd in the first half. Did a good job getting to the rim. Did a good job pushing the issue. Joe loses the ball there. Recovered by Kevin. Passes it back to Joe. Good movement there by, not there, but before that by Mike Pugh. Miss there by Lance and a miss by Chuck. Again, just missing it close to the rim. Chuck, if you're watching this, quick complain to the refs. Most we've seen that of Chuck. He usually doesn't do that, but he's been doing it a lot this game. Leave him be, Chuck. That's a good thing about doing these broadcasts is we can talk to the players when they're watching. All right. Get a great shot of the backcourt here. Clearly a turnover. So the Instigators up only 2 as the Herd have gone on a 5-0 run to start this half. Chuck brings the ball up. Directs Lance. Good screen there. Step back by Mike, and that goes in. That's Mike's signature shot right there. Step backs and fadeaways from mid-range is what Mike Pugh is all about. You know, they're not shots you'd advise guys to take, but he hits them so consistently that you can't help but tell him to take them. Another steal by the Instigators. Joe looking to bring the ball up the court. And a charge called on Joe. Good call by the referee there. Mid-range shot by the Herd missed. Rebound by the Herd blocked there by Chuck. And Lance gets the ball out. 2-on-2 situation. Kevin puts it in. Kevin Cameron letting us know that he does indeed score. It's always good to have our sideline broadcaster in the game, you know, giving us that perspective. Although he did just kind of maul that guy over, mauled him a little bit, but that's all right. You get that sometimes. With the energy and passion, you get a little bit of aggression, and sometimes it turns into fouls. Really, though, not too bad. That's only the second, kind of unnecessary foul we've seen out of Kevin. By and large, though, I think this has probably been his best week. Wouldn't you agree? He hits a 3 there.
Yeah, he's really put a couple of different things together this week. You mentioned it a few different times. Not always driving himself for the basket, but looking for the open player. And we've seen a couple of nice defensive moves as well.
And another half alley oop by the Instigators.
Yeah.
That's the third alley oop by the Instigators in 2 games. So you get a timeout here by the Herd. We count those alley oops even if they don't dunk them, right? That's still an alley oop to you, right? That's like a schoolyard alley oop.
Yeah. It's not like a professional alley oop, but we'll go with schoolyard.
Yeah. It's a shooting contest going on here. It's like Lance's cousin wins 1-0. Oh, but the little man steps in and makes his shot. Yeah, Jackson's saying Kevin went off this game. He's not wrong. Kevin played really well in this game. He's one of those players that, again, this is making his professional debut this season with the Instigators, but really has a high ceiling. Somebody that we could see taking over a game.
Yeah, and it coincides with his official signing too for the Instigators this week.
That's right. Yeah, put that out there. It was our most liked reel in Instigators history, so more record breaking. Something like 1,000 likes. Rebound by Chuck. Up the court, kind of a dangerous pass, and Lance steps out of bounds. Lance almost dunked it there. I believe him. I believe that he can dunk. With 55 bringing the ball up the court. Good pass here. 23 going to work down low and makes the shot. Again, he's just smooth, finds a way past and through players to get a clean shot up. As the Instigators lead is back into single digits. And Joe gets to the rim. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2 here as the Instigators are up 9 with 15 minutes to go here in the second half.
Yeah, and we've seen a better free throw shooting so far throughout the Gold Cup for the Instigators. Hopefully I don't jinx
absolutely.
it, but
you didn't there. He made that one, so
not for that one, yeah.
This one doesn't count now. Like once he's made one, it doesn't matter anyway. But once he makes one, the commentator's curse is off, you know? All right. So have you heard coming back up? Down 11 now, once again. Good pass there by 55. Missed shot. He's had a couple of really good plays as well. Number 55, the point guard there for the Herd. As they steal the ball there. Mike goes up for the block and just misses. That ball's knocked out of bounds. It goes to the Instigators. Kevin Ari bringing the ball up here. You know, this week the U.S. national team's been announcing its 3-on-3 team. If you had to pick a 3-on-3 team from the Instigators, what 3 players are you taking?
If I'm doing it like 2K style, so if I'm running the three player lineup off 2K,
yeah,
I would probably go. I mean, obviously, you're gonna go with AB because of the height.
Yeah,
He's
and the
also
afro.
Yeah, and he was the first All-Star in Instigators history.
Yeah.
I think for my second guy, I would go with Chuck. He's versatile all around. And if it's 2K, I'll go back with probably Lawan, because he's got the 3-point shot.
Yeah. That's a good 3. I don't know that I can argue with that. You got your 3-point threat, you got your all-around guy, and you got your big guy. Like, those are all good. I would just take AB, Jackson, and Dylan and have the largest like big three team in the history of the world. We're not making any 3-pointers, but you're not making any inside shots.
It'd be difficult to get some rebounds too.
Yeah. Nice shot by Chuck there. Interesting fact, Chuck was second on the team in blocks last year. You can check all of the top 5 single season stats for the Instigators at our records page on our website, apexsports.com/records.
And Spacely's got his lineup up there too. JoJo, Mike, and Jackson.
That's a solid lineup.
That is a good lineup too.
If you're in the chat, put in your big three. Put in your 3-on-3 lineup. Instigators players. Who you picking? This lead has gone up to 16 now by the Instigators, starting to pull away a bit. Not as dramatically, obviously, as the first game, but still starting to insert their will into this game as Mike gets a layup there. Jason's got the only right answer. Yeah. Yeah. The only team to be eliminated before the first game even starts.
Yeah.
Nice shot there. No, it misses. Rebound, though. Misses on the putback, and Joe with the behind the back. Good shot there by Joe Bird. Joe's really been killing it in the key. Love to see that. And that is a time violation. Didn't get the ball across half court in time. Good defense by the Instigators. They've sprung that on folks a couple of times. Scotty, who runs the IBL here and who's the referee in our game, special guest referee, says he'd pick AB, Lawan, and Mike. That's a really good lineup, too. I would take that. AB in the chat. AB, tell us if you're picking a 3-on-3 team out of Instigators, who you got? Put it in the chat. It'd be fun to take a team of like all rookies. Like, what if we got like a Rico, Lance, and Kevin lineup?
That'd be a fun lineup.
Yeah. JoJo with the putback. Instigators go up 22 now. It's a good thing I took all those math classes. Ooh, in and out. That was unlucky there for Have You Heard. And that's a foul. We could hear that all the way up here, but JoJo gets it in anyway. And that puts the Instigators up 24 with 11 minutes to go as JoJo goes to the line to tack on hopefully one more point to make this a 25-point lead.
Yeah, now that AB's here, we got to switch up the graphic at the bottom to the...
That's right. Put AB in the... AB's watching with us.
Got AB in the left side there.
Yeah, why is he on my chin? Though? Yeah. Interesting fact, AB only comes up to my chin in real life. Jack says you can't spell ABA without AB. I love that. That's right. I love that. AB says, yeah, that's a good lineup. JoJo, Mike, and him. That'd be a really good lineup. Similar to the one you got, right? Mike is a really versatile player as well. JoJo can get to the rack, but can also shoot the 3 ball. Spacely's taking JoJo, Chuck, and himself. That team would still win a championship with just 2 players, which is what's crazy to me. So we see another timeout here. Down 25. Have You Heard? So this game was a 7-point game at half. It's so what have we had? It's Instigators have outscored their opponents 30-12 so far in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, which is really impressive. And kind of what the Instigators, you can tell when they put their foot on the pedal a little bit, what happens. AB says he'll see everyone this weekend. Breaking news. AB's in the game this weekend. Love to hear it. Glad to have him back. Can't wait to see what he does on the court. He looks awesome in week 1. Had that alley-oop. The ill-fated alley-oop, which actually caused the back injury, is what I'm told. But was awesome. But I'm glad you're feeling good, AB. Can't wait to see you back on the court, big fella.
And hopefully our dunk percentages can increase with AB on the court.
Yeah, AB told me no way we're missing 10 dunks if he's on the court.
Yeah.
Joe with the aggressive slap there. I could hear it. It was all ball. Quick hands by Chuck. And JoJo back to the line. Again, we saw that surprise half-court trap out of nowhere from the Instigators. Really played to perfection today in both games, working that trap and getting a lot of turnovers from it. Something they need to keep working on and employ a lot more often in the ABA season. It's been really, really effective. You know, one of the things I've noticed about JoJo, I don't know if you've noticed this, he doesn't dribble before his shot.
I don't think I've ever noticed that, but now I'm gonna pay attention every time he goes to the line.
Yeah, I've never seen him dribble before a free throw shot. It's weird. It works though. He's buried them both. As the Instigators so far 100% from the free throw line tonight in this game. The Jay gives an NBA update, says some team named the Celtics are up 20 points with 6 minutes left. Jackson with the rebound. And he gets held there. We get the foul. Oh, no. The whistle was inadvertent or from the other field, I guess. Other court. Joe gets cooked there on the dribble. And the guy's defending gets the shot. I'm not going to say that's poor defense by Joe, just because it doesn't need stated. Jackson with the hook misses there. He gets the rebound, puts it back in, though. And that's a foul on Jackson. No doubt during the ABA season, Jackson's going to go straight up there and not come down at all. But he tried to get from the block/steal there and gets called for the foul. As number 23 goes back to the line, I think this is his 3rd or 4th trip to the line tonight. He misses that one. Jackson with the unofficial rebound. So there we see him filling in there. So clearly they listened to you at halftime, Jake.
It seems so.
Yeah. It's a well-known fact that the players actually listen to our broadcast while they're playing. As Jackson gets the dish there from Chuck, who steals the ball on the inbound. Hits Joe. Joe goes around, misses, but Chuck cleans it up. I thought he had the 360 shot there.
I know it was looking like a pretty cool shot when it went up.
Yeah. Rebound there by Jackson. Good dish by Chuck, but unfortunately it gets tipped and Jackson misses it. That was a tough shot. Air ball there. As the Instigators are now up 30 points here in the second half of this one. Joe misses the three-pointer there. Good save by number 22, who gets the rebound, goes before the tip, and just misses. Really good set of plays for him, though. As JoJo finds Kevin wide open in the paint. Whistle was for an out-of-bounds call on court one, not for us, as we heard it there. Nice pass by Kevin up the court. JoJo slows it down, finds Lance. Ball hits the side of the rim there and is missed. And the Herd rebound it. We're seeing a lot less set offense this game. and a lot more of just kind of open runs up and down the court, which is nice. You got to be able to do both. So it's good to see the Instigators pushing the issue here and working hard to get to the rim, and not having to run sets as often. So. The Instigators are up 31, maintaining this lead here. Joe and the fella he's guarding here are actually, I'm told, are friends. And Joe's the reason the guys in the league introduced him to the IBL. So interesting fact there. So all of the points that he's responsible for against us, I'm going to blame Joe for. Jojo buries the deep three. The Skaters go up, what is that, 34-ish. I don't even have a calculator, Jake.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Rebound by Jackson. He looks to throw it all the way up the court. Instead settles to go to JoJo, who's going to... Kevin just cut just a second too early. JoJo thought he had him for the spot three. JoJo almost with a steal there. You see a lot of quick hands by the Instigators tonight. They're definitely going for those steals. That's a block by Jackson. So a second block of the game. We're going to make sure everyone's all right on that end there. As Joe gets back to the free throw line again. Really well done by him. It's nice to see this, right? We're up 34 against a team that was undefeated here in Gold Cup play as Joe hits another free throw. Maintains the perfect streak for the Instigators. So playing a really quality opponent and still able to just kind of pull away and just dominate, frankly, this second half of this game where they've already scored a ton of points. Is that 47 points here in the second half so far, and we still got 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that's good to see in the second game of the doubleheader to know we're able to keep up the intensity throughout both of those games. That's something we were wondering if we were going to be able to keep up. Have the stamina for both of that, but really down the stretch, it's been the Instigators that pulled ahead at the end.
They really have, and again held their opponents to only 18 points so far here in 15 minutes of play. Over a quarter in ABA lingo has gone really well. So kudos to them on both ends of the court. And you're right; they don't look as tired as they had in previous games, previous weeks. They're still sprinting up and down the court. This is a bad example.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to see it. I'm sure some of it is the break of not having to play back to back, but some of it too is just getting in basketball shape. Right, the only way you can get into basketball shape is by playing basketball, and that's what we're doing here. Is Kevin takes the 3-point shot, misses there, but Kevin's had a really nice game. Three-point shot missed. Kevin with the rebound. Speaking of which, this is one thing that Kevin does maybe better than anyone else on the roster right now, which is just run up and down the court relentlessly. He does not, as he causes a turnover there. JoJo gets it and he makes the layup. But Kevin does not give up on the intensity on the defense or offensive side, no matter what the score is. Up 10, down 10, doesn't matter. He's going to put his full effort in, and we're seeing that here. As he just out sprints everybody. As JoJo takes a quick shoe timeout, tie his shoe.
Yeah, Kevin's definitely got a high motor.
Yeah, absolutely. JoJo gets stripped there. To get a basket there for Have You Heard as they're down to cut the lead to a 33-point lead. Kevin with the step back three. Not quite, but Jackson with the rebound. And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. So Jackson, I believe these are his first free throw attempts of the game. So let's see if he can keep the Instigators perfect. Sure does with that one. Nice shot. So with one more, the Instigators will break 100 for the fourth straight game. Again, these are 40-minute games, not 48-minute games. So that's really impressive as they go up 35. Good behind the back pass there. Good ball movement all around. Up until that pass. Really good ball movement up until then, though, for Have You Heard. Here comes the only person running on the court, Kevin Cameron, as he makes that basket there with the left hand. Shooting with the offhand, going right. Really tough shot, but he made it look easy as it goes in. And Skaters are up 37. Joe goes for the steal there. Another trap by the Instigators. Again, really well done. Good shot. Contested three-point shot, though, by Have You Heard. Make it a 34-point game. Kevin forced the issue a little bit there. Really the first time we've seen him do that, though. Force the issue instead of inbound there to JoJo. He passes it to Lance. Misses that shot. Again, though, good debut by Lance Hopkins. As we await the ball to come to this end of the court. Joe with the easy lay-in. And that's 104 points here for your Instigators. So they scored 118 last game. They scored 107 one game last week, 112 last week. So they're on pace to keep upping that average. JoJo gets it, goes to the hoop strong, and he makes the basket. As you can tell, we've officially hit garbage time in this game where both teams are just taking their shots, which you love to see because that means we're winning. Good rebound there by Have You Heard as we check out what's going on in the backcourt. Get a good shot of me. Not that there is such a thing, but that shot goes in, and that's a three-pointer to make it 106-71 here with a minute 33 to go. Skaters bring the ball up the court. Chuck Bloom looking to get his. Misses it. Rebound and an easy basket there. Makes it 106-73, and Skaters up 33. Here with a minute to go. Chuck makes it 36. Deep three. Another three-pointer made. Good game there by number 13 who made that shot, or 55, I'm sorry, that made that shot. JoJo takes it and makes the shot there to make it 111-75 as we wind down this game. What did you see from the Instigators tonight while we go through the last 30 seconds here?
Yeah, I mean, both games, obviously, the offense has been very dominant. Great ball movement, passing to the guy who's open. I mean, occasionally taking some contested shots, but, we've been able to get a nice number of open shots. And defensively, running a few different schemes, man-to-man zone, and then the traps. I do like seeing the traps in the backcourt. That seems to be working pretty good, and a lot of steals throughout these two games.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I totally agree with you. That's the end of the game there, real quick. 113-77. Your Instigators lead. What is that? I don't even know what that score is. It's pretty high difference. What is that? 23, 33, 36-point game. So yeah, good job by the Instigators to make a game that was really close. Again, 40-47 at halftime. And then all of a sudden, the Instigators come out that second half and put that game away. So really impressive by them to go to 4-2 now in Gold Cup play as they make their way, basically halfway through the season here, a little further than halfway. Technically, halfway was right before this game. Halfway through the season, though, really impressive how much better they look as a team. Maybe not as individuals, right? Although we are seeing some standout performances, but better as a team, to your point, than we saw in week one. Seeing them trap, rotate, on defense, get steals, get more assists, find the open man, know where the open man's going to be, has really improved in these 3 weeks. And I think they're going to be really dangerous going through the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, we've already seen, the chemistry's really improved over the past few weeks. With the behind the back passes, the no look passes, the guys are really starting to learn each other's, movements on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited to see what comes. And I'm really excited because we're playing the team that I could not wait to play this weekend. The first game on Saturday. We're playing the team. I don't know anything about any of these rosters. All I know is the team names, and this team has the best name. The Rim Ticklers are our first opponent next week. Winless so far, but it's not for lack of trying on the team name side of things. And then we play Orleans, who are undefeated for the second game. So another really tough matchup. Or I'm sorry, they lost one, so they're 4-1 or 5-1. Great job by the team this week. Great job by us commentating. And great job to everyone who's been watching. You guys were awesome in the chat. Thank you to the players that turned up. Thank you to the fans that turned up. Can't wait for next week. Join us next Monday at 9 p.m. as we stream week 4 here on Amateur Night of the IBL Gold Cup. Until next time, I don't know what the phrase, what do we say at the end of these? I don't remember, Jake.
Be great, instigate.
Be great, instigate. Take care, guys.